Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am here to talk about Jigsaw. Spoilers this time. Let's talk about the initial premise, the beginning of these 5 people that we meet trapped in this room with these buckets, and they're chained to the wall, and there's saws on the wall. 5 people. Did anybody else not think of Saw 5, where we saw 5 people who were too trapped in the room, and they too had their necks hooked up to the devices up against the wall, also like blades that cut their heads off. It was so similar, this initial trap, that I thought, wow, we have just lost complete originality in this new trap. And then the last person left off, you didn't even see die, for obvious reasons. Cut to the 2 detectives, Halloran and Hunt. You see these 2, and they're trying to crack the case. And we've seen this before, detectives trying to figure this out, but they never figure it out. They never quite get it right. And they're on to these 2 characters, Logan and Eleanor. They work in the morgue. They deal with these dead bodies, and Eleanor especially is like a super fan of Jigsaw. She loves it. She's on this website that's just talking about how great he is. You find out that she has this warehouse of all these traps. Okay, you're a little fucking weird, girl. It's almost more weird that you're not involved in what's going on here and you just have all of this stuff. Okay. Logan, he swears he's not a part of it. Of course, he's lying. The moment in the movie where you're following the characters, the 4 characters, and they're dying off one by one because they all have to confess their sins and they're not good people, I didn't care about them. Honestly, between them just not being all that interesting, or this feeling like a Saw movie that you've seen countless times before. But then there's a moment where John Kramer shows up. And you're like, what? Because it's Tobin Bell. It's Jigsaw in the flesh. You can't fake anything else about it. And I was sitting there, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wait, so you're telling me that this guy has been alive this whole time? And he somehow faked his death when we saw him die, and just everything is a lie? And I was getting pissed. I was like, this is stupid. This is so fucking stupid. The movie's going to treat it like it's the smartest thing ever, and this big twist and all this stuff. But then you find out that no. All of the events of at least the people in the game, in the traps, what we've been watching was from 10 years ago. And supposedly this was John Kramer, Jigsaw's first game ever. Before Amanda, before the bathroom, before everything. And I go, bullshit. You're telling me before he did the bathroom trap, before he started out so small, you mean before that he went big and huge with this barn? Sure. Okay, do you see the traps that are in this whole game here? Really? And he did it by himself. There's one of the traps is this huge contraption that one of the characters has to hang upside down from to try to grab the lever, and it's spinning around. He eventually gets shredded up. But still, a contraption like that, even that is too big for especially to be prior to Saw 1. The fact that this was a prequel, most of it, the fact that if you're going to go with the twist like that, then the traps should have been more toned down. This movie should have been more about the story and more about just maybe the characters, more about their backstory and the reasons why they're here. Don't just mention it in a sentence. Like, actually have us just get close to the characters, like Gordon and Adam. I know I said that I didn't want to rant and rave in my initial review, but the more I thought about it, the more I've sat with the movie, the more I thought, wow, what a missed opportunity. Wow, what just such waste. And honestly, this is my least favorite of the Saw movies. The only character from that group that you might feel anything towards is the character Anna. Mostly because when you finally find out her secret, she first says that her husband rolled over on their baby and suffocated the baby. And then you find out through John Kramer that no, that's not true. He was their neighbor. He knew what happened. He knew that she herself suffocated the baby out of anger and all of this crap, and so you just end up hating her. You're like, wow, this is like one of the worst characters of the whole franchise. I want to see her die now, and you do, but of course, her mistake, her shooting the shotgun, and it blows up in her face. The very end of the movie, where you find out Logan was the first apprentice. He was chosen by Jigsaw over 10 years ago to be his apprentice, even before Amanda, even before Hoffman, even before Gordon, who there's just no mention of him or what happened to him. And so this guy apparently helped Jigsaw at least create the bear trap, but like, where did he go? There's no explanation of what happened to him through all the other movies where you saw flashbacks of the other apprentices. Amanda, Hoffman helped Jigsaw with all the other stuff. What was he doing? This movie wasn't needed. And any future movie really isn't needed. We're forcing, we're stretching, we're squeezing the blood and the life of this franchise. In the very last scene of him letting that detective, who he thought was a part of it, but he's a dirty cop, but he wasn't a part of it, and he didn't confess his sin, so I guess that means he has to die. And the laser trap, I thought it looked dumb in the trailer, but I gave it the benefit of the doubt to see it in the movie. In the movie, it's stupid. It's way too high-tech to be something from over 10 years ago. Way too high-tech. Where the hell did Jigsaw get all this money from? The earlier movies, you could understand, okay, he got some stuff together and made it himself, constructed himself, but the laser thing? Really? And then this guy gets his head just split apart in like 5 different parts, and his head comes undone, looking like an octopus. In fact, it looks like, if anyone's seen Resident Evil Afterlife, where the zombies have devolved or just regenerated to the point where like those octopus things come out of their mouth, that's what his head looked like. It was gross, it was disgusting, it was CGI, but it was unnecessary, it was gratuitous. It's one of those things where when people call these movies torture porn, and I've always defended them and saying no, there's a lot more behind it, that scene right there was like, wow, well, I can't defend that because that was ridiculous. So honestly, do I hate this movie? No, I still don't hate it. I still will probably buy it for the collection, but am I going to be so quick to go back and watch this? Not really. Honestly, I'm so disappointed with Jigsaw, especially because overall this has been a good year for horror, just not with this one. So guys, let me know, spoiler time, in the comments below. What did you think of all of these points that I brought up? Is there anything I missed that you want to talk about? What did you think of the movie? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later! Please won't you say my Jigsaw?